What up, people? Welcome to the Joe McFo Show. Let's get started with some music, and we are going to get into it. So I know it's been a couple weeks since y'all saw me. I was out of town, as you guys know, but I had a good time. Hopefully, you enjoyed your time away from me, but not. Hopefully, you didn't enjoy it too much because I like when you guys come on the stream. Anyway, what I thought we would do today is work on some of the sketches that we did last time. So a couple weeks ago, Kathy and Megan came on, and we all drew Zalaam sketches, and we even came up with our own little creature Zalama over here. And wrong layer already. So I figured, why don't we just take some time to pick some of the sketches that I think would be the most useful for a character sheet for them, and let's just refine them a bit. I'm not expecting to do super refined, clean lines or anything like that. I just want to get them a little closer than what they currently are. Get it a little bit more on model. Get it, to a place where I can actually put this in like an art book or something like that. So with that said, let's see who's in the chat. We got Kathy. What's up? What's up? Amaris. Hey, Joe McFo fam. What up? Lynette says, I had a very stressful week, very grateful for some time to relax. I understand. I also had a very stressful week, so I'm glad you can make it. Megan is on. Hello, hello. Lily Sapphire says, hello, everyone. Looking forward to the stream today. All right. Well, we got lots of good people in the chat, lots of positive energy. I like that. I appreciate that. So we're going to get started. First thing we have to do, though, we have to figure out which sketch we're going to work on. So we have... I don't even know how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we got 20 sketches to choose from and only a limited amount of time. And the only reason we were able to do this is because we had so many people on the stream. I should probably turn that on earlier. But so let's just see. I am kind of feeling, let's see, we got tired, suspicious, flabbergasted, intense rage, shame, shocked. Puzzled. Relax. What do you guys want to see? What are you guys interested in? I'm thinking suspicious would be a fun one to do. And I'm just gonna pick like the top 3 just to start with. We can always do more as the stream goes on. But yeah, we could actually, we could pick one from each person. So let's do that. I'm kind of feeling, I got suspicion. We could do shocked maybe. And then maybe the mildly impressed. Kind of like that one. Let's see. Meg says, I love tired, but it's not as useful for a character sheet. Yeah, that is true. We can include it somewhere down the line maybe. Suspicious is a fun expression. Okay. All right, so let's get those all on the same layer. So let's start with that, and then let's add you, and let's add you. Oops. The commands here are slightly different than the ones in Photoshop, so it always throws me off a bit. All right, so we had, and just as a refresher for those who either were not able to watch the stream or forgot, the blue was me, the green was Kathy, and the purple was Megan. So, all right, let's just do that. We're gonna lower the opacity a bit. Actually, since this is my sketch, I want to do something real quick to adjust it. The head is really thin. I don't know how I missed that earlier, but I just want to start out with making it just a touch wider. Yeah, that feels a little bit more natural. I love mildly impressed. Yeah, that's a really good one. I'm actually excited for that one. These were so fun. I'm glad that you both enjoyed them. I'm really glad. Yeah, we did that as like a last minute decision, and I was like, you know what? Because Kathy was already here, and I was like, man, maybe we should go pop on the stream. And I was like, maybe you should draw on the stream. And then we're like, well, wouldn't it be cool if it was Megan on the stream too? And we hit her up maybe 30 minutes before, and we're like, hey, can we do this? And she's like, yeah. And so that's how that happened. It was just a fun time. All right, let me get my Zalaam character sheet up here on the top right. Now, one thing that's going to be interesting with with him is the eyes. One thing that I didn't really think about as I was designing him was his eyes are basically shaped like this. It's just like this perfect, maybe not perfect triangle, but it's a triangular shape. And there are certain things that are kind of difficult to do because there's usually an indent right here, or like a fold, maybe is a better way to put it, right here in the eye. Zalm doesn't seem to have that. So I have to decide whether or not I'm going to include that or what my workaround for that is going to be. So that's going to be an interesting, it's going to be an interesting challenge, I will say. Manette says, I spent around 4 to 5 hours at ER vet to find out it was maybe new meds making my dog sick. He's also been having bladder issues, and regular vet is recommending biopsy. Wow, I am sorry you had to deal with that. That sounds really terrible. Let's see. Megan says, I was out for a jog when they told me, so I ran back and showered so fast. I didn't know that part. I didn't know you were jogging. That's amazing. Does it get really hot out there in the summertime? I don't want to reveal the state you live in. I don't remember if we've done that on stream. I just prefer to let you decide. All right. So we got this. Oh, before I go too much further, I did want to show you guys something. I've been working on doing style studies. And so I was studying Sean Galloway. He is a character designer and one of my favorite artists. I actually have a couple of his books on my shelf. But I wanted to know what you guys thought. Like, this is how he usually draws stuff. It's always super fun and cute. Let's see if it's, yeah, here we go. So I pulled out his book as I was watching Cobra Kai, and I was like, let's draw the Shadowboxers characters so we see everybody. I have two Ishnu versions. I have short nose and long nose Ishnu. I'm not sure which one is better, but I had a lot of fun doing this, and I think I'm probably going to do it more often. So if you want me to do that, maybe for like a stream idea, we actually have done something like that before, maybe even a year ago. I can't remember when, but I had a lot of fun doing it. So if you guys want to see more, just let me know. Let's see. That commitment. You're the best, Megan. Yeah, she is. I started started taking custom orders for press on nails because some people like my nail art. Oh, that's really cool. That's awesome. I think I saw those in the Discord. They're so cute. I did post them in the Discord, and I'm glad you think they're cute. Hopefully I did Sean Galloway justice because his work is way too good. All right. So suspicious look. He's kind of gonna have a furrowed brow. He's gonna have his eyes kind of closed in a bit, or squinting. Maybe is a better way to put it. I might have furrowed the brows a little too much here, admittedly. All right. Let's lower the opacity of that just to kind of make it my own a little bit more, even though it's already my drawing. I think it's been over a year. Okay, so we might have to do that. I posted on Kara some of the nails I've done for myself. I had never actually heard of someone posting nail art on Kara. You might be among the first. All right, so we got the lips here. And when Z's what was I gonna say? Z's angles are a little sharper than Javen's, so want to get that in here. Doesn't have a super strong cheekbone, at least not in the version that I drew. And what I might do, I might actually want to have his brow touch his eye. That's always a nice little element when you can do that. If you guys see me making faces, I'm trying to I'm trying to feel the expression. That's one thing that a lot of animators do is they'll actually have a mirror in front of them and they will make the expression. I don't have a mirror, but I do have a webcam with everybody watching. So I might make some funny faces like, just for the sake of just for the sake of it. Oh, I don't hear music. How about everyone else is pretty quiet? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, let me turn it up. Okay, how about that? Sorry. It's weird because each song has a different volume, and I'm never quite sure what to put for it. All right, so let's get this a little bit sharper here. His brows are a little on the long side. And he's got, I think I'm going to actually slightly change his design. I gave him 2 parts in his brow on each side, but I think I'm just going to do one because it's a little easier. Yep, sounds good. Okay, perfect. And then he's got a little bit of stubble here. I actually took this from Mugen from Samurai Champloo. If you guys are, I know I've shown him on the channel so many times because it's one of my favorites. If Shadow Boxers were an animated show, which as you guys know I do want, when it becomes the animated show, I want the music to sound something like Nujabes because he was just so phenomenal. But yeah, like look at that little stubble. It's exactly what I did for Zalaam, and it worked. It worked really well. Let's see. Okay, then he's got, I don't have a specific number of pieces of stubble, I guess you could say, for him. I just go by gut feeling. And then do something real quick. I need to look at a reference of Zalaam that I drew for the thumbnail. Well, I didn't draw it for the thumbnail, but I drew it and I used it for the thumbnail. But I did something a little bit different with his hair right here. So I just wanted to kind of see what I was doing. Let's see. Okay, so that's going to be here. So that means that part of the hair is going to be here and the other part is going to be here. All right, this section might be a little long. I think the chin might need to be, or the jaw needs to be a little further down, like that. That's getting a little bit more solid. A little bit. Let's do some light erasing of the center line just to kind of just hide it a little bit. Clean up this eye a bit more. And this eye is entirely too small. Let's push the brow forward a little bit more. Okay, it's looking all right. That sharp point on the eye right there. Yeah, there we go. So now he's starting to feel a bit more grown, a bit more edgy, if you will. And then he's got two piercings on the top of his ear. And then he's got one actual earring. Okay. And he's got a pretty long neck. Try and honor the shape that I made on the character sheet on the top right. Okay, and then let's get two over here. All right, so that's three, and we just need one more. All right, there we go. Now let's do a little bit more with some of these lines here. Do a little bit of filling in for the shadows over here. Probably could make his mouth a little bit bigger too, admittedly. Yeah, it feels better. All right. Just a little triangle right here. All right, and then there's the lock right here that is going to look different than the rest of them. This one's going to stick out. I'm actually very happy that this is the hairstyle we went with. I think it looks really cool. I think it fits his character a lot. And he's got a fun shorthand as a pineapple head. It's great. Maybe he saw one too many SpongeBob episodes and was like, that's what I need to do for my hair. It's exactly what I need. All right. I'm going to go in and make some of these a little sharper. That's one of the secrets to making this look a little bit more dynamic, is exchanging something that's square like this to a little bit of a triangle shape, and then also showing that thick to thin. That's what really helps this a lot. So I'm trying to mimic that as much as I can. It becomes more challenging as I do more of the locks, though. I don't want it to feel too uniform, but at the same time, if it's too random, then it's going to be hard to read as a silhouette. So, yeah. All right. Let's bring in the vest a little bit more. Collar of the vest. Actually bring this in a little bit more too. There we go. Okay. Do a quick little size up for the ear. All right. What you guys think? I'm kind of feeling this. I'm liking it. Liking the direction. Let's get rid of some of these little scragglers that make it hard to read. And I need to save this because I think this is going to turn out to be a very successful stream. So let's do that. Let's get shadow boxers, artwork, characters, all the way down to the Z's and expressions. Billy says it's a very cool hairstyle. That looks awesome. First expression is looking awesome. Yay. Thank you all so much. I'm glad we're starting off on the right foot over here. I'm really happy with how this is coming. I might add a little bit more of a curve here. I know there's got to be a secret to make this look like aesthetically incredibly pleasing, but I think it's going to be one of those things I have to discover as I continue drawing it. It's going to be one of those things. All right, next up, we're going to move on to Kathy's drawing of Mildly Impressed. So he's kind of like, okay. So let's see how that turns out. Okay, so we have the raw shape of the head and the brow line. So when you're doing it, Mildly Impressed, your eyebrows are automatically raised. So let's do like that. And then it's kind of got a bit of a furrow here. And I picture this as him looking down at Javen, mildly impressed. I think that's what Kathy was going for. If I'm wrong, you can correct me since you're in the chat, but I think that's what was the message. So mildly impressed. You guys see how my lip look. There's a certain look when you're like not frowning, but your lips go like that. So it's a strange occurrence, I guess, a strange thing to draw. Okay, gotta watch that. Those triangle eyes. And since he's looking down, we're gonna see the nose from bottom angle. Let me see. Trying to find some other sketches that kind of have a similar angle. Okay, I think I found something that'll work. His eyes are definitely too big for him, though. Don't know what I was thinking. No, that's too small. I can work with that. Trying to figure out how to do the lips. I guess the lips are. Okay, I think I might have exaggerated the brows a little much on this side, so let's clean that up a bit. I'll put the part in the brow a little bit later. Right now, I'm just worried about the expression. So his eyes, kind of do this. Actually, these can be on the same layer. Let's raise this nose up a little bit. That center line is all over the place. Okay, this one's trickier than I thought. And the reason why I'm drawing over, just for people to understand, it's not that Kathy made any mistakes or anything like that. It's just trying to put it on model. So there's certain decisions I have to make that'll make it look closer to the way I would draw Z that I'm struggling with. So it's gonna be a learning experience. Because I had to do this for my own drawing too. I'm just more used to how I draw. Actually, I'll try something real quick. Yeah, I like that. Okay. All right, back to our normal sketch. I was thinking his eyelids are slightly lowered too. Okay. Eyelids slightly lowered. Maybe just I might need an actual photo reference. Let me see this. Let's see what I can come up with, or rather, what Google can come up with. This would actually be pretty good if this weren't moving. That doesn't look impressed at all. This is basically the look. I think that's that's the look. But I need something that is not moving. Man, every good one is a GIF. What the heck? All right, let's just hope I copy it on the right frame. See what happens if I bring it in. Nope, wrong frame. Let's try it again. I think it's the exact same one. How do I... Is there a way I can get it on the exact frame that I need? Does anyone know how to do that? Expressions on model are pretty difficult after all, especially on an angle. They are. They definitely are. LOL, that frame. I know, right? Maybe if I screenshot it? Let's try that. There we go. That was the solution. All right, we're in business. Just gotta pull it up. Where's my screenshots? There we go. All right, we are good. We are good. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even realize you had said screenshot. You could save and open preview. Oh, well, it's all right. This is actually faster to have it here in Clip Studio. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's start this. Let's start this one more time. Some of you who know what that was understands that that was a hydration check. All right, so he's got pretty raised brows, eyes in line with the ears. So the ears gonna be here, and it looks like a lot of it is in the chin too. Because I'm just thinking about when you go like you make your chin a little bit longer. So that's going to be adjusted, and it's a little rounder too. All right, let's get his 3-sided eyes. Who knows? This is good enough. I might just use it in the comic. All right. His nostrils are a little flared. Got some bone structure and muscles being revealed up here for the eye socket, and then let's get those. I would say the brows are more curved than anything, and they're pretty high up. So, yeah, that's starting to come together. I can see it. First of the night. Yep. Oh yeah. By the way, let's. We actually have a counter of how many hydration checks we got last week. It looks like we had 10. So I don't know if that's a record, but that was a good number. So who knows? I guess we won't hit our second one till Mark comes on in about 15 minutes. So we'll just we can wait for him, because we all know how he loves to make sure we're hydrated, especially in the summertime. We need people like Mark. Okay. The other thing that I think is essential for a pose like this is the wrinkles, right? Oh, you can't see that. Hold on. these little wrinkles right here. I think that really adds to the pose overall. So let's or the expression, I mean. So let's do that. It's coming together. I can see it. Was that thing Kronk said? Oh yeah, it's all coming together, right? That sounded more like Batman than Kronk, but I can't do Patrick Warburton's voice, but it's all right. But Kathy knows what I'm talking about. It's all coming together. Get a little pinch there. Move that down slightly. Flared nostrils. Now, the one thing about this is that the person who I'm drawing a reference from is not black. Zalaam is clearly black. So the nose shape is already going to be slightly different. So we're just going to do the best we can with it. All right, then he's mostly looking down. If I go out, it's not quite on model yet either, but it's getting there. What can I do? For one, I think the nose is a little on the wide side, especially when I compare it to the width of the eyes. These eyes just make them look a little younger than what I need. I'm not really feeling this nostrils either. All right, let's get those brows down just a little, maybe a little smaller. Actually, let's get it to curve up just a little bit. Like, he's impressed. He's impressed. I don't want to put too many wrinkles on his forehead because it might make him look real old. That's a secret. If you guys want to know how to make someone look really old really quickly, all you need to do is add wrinkles on them. Matter of fact, when I was drawing a seam, I literally gave him Javen's face, squared out his features, added some bags under the eyes, and gave him a beard, and that was it. And a thicker neck and different haircut, and that's all I did. It's literally the exact same drawing, but with a couple of modifications. So that's a way to change things up if you guys are in a position where you need to do something like that. Switch up the tunes real quick. Something a little nicer. I swear, one of these days, I'm gonna get a Shadowboxers soundtrack just for my streams, so I don't have to worry about copyright. I can have songs that are fun, and we don't have to deal with downloading stuff all the time. So let's still give him a sharper chin. Let's see what happens if I move the eyes up a little bit more. Feels a little bit better. Just realized I gotta give him his collared shirt here. In this pose, the guy's kind of tilting his head a bit, so I could do that too. Just tilt his neck. Something like that. Oh, I can always do that later, I guess. What's more important, I should get the hair in the right spot. All right, so let's get these little locks here. So they go to about where his lip is. That's roughly how long they are. And then because we're looking at it from a downward angle, this is going to be further back, which means probably don't have to go much higher up than this. Gotta change up the nostril shape so it's not, because we're looking at it like this, not like this. So we gotta adjust. All right, make his face a little bit thinner. Give him earrings. Those eyes don't feel right. Maybe it's this. It's a tricky pose. Let me try something else with his brows too. Let's have it curve up just a little bit. Yeah, that's it. That makes all the difference right there. I had him in his natural frowny pose, but now that we have it this way, it's a little bit of levity. It's a little bit of cheerfulness in the air with this now. I think his mouth could be a bit more asymmetrical. Okay. And it makes it a Jordan making the magic happen. I'm trying. It's been a while since I've done like a page of expressions like this, so. Quite frankly, I need to practice anyway. I'm trying to work on my portfolio a bit, so if these turn out well, then I can plop them in there. All right, asymmetrical mouth. I still don't feel right for some reason. Maybe it's the size. Like one side can almost be a smile. Are you saying you want me to look like this? Like a little smirk here and then it going down? I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Actually make that a little bit thinner, even though technically we're not even going to see that portion of his face, but actually this should be a little bit more inside. There we go. You know what? Because I'm lazy, We're gonna do that. Let's do a. Can I flip horizontal on here? I think I got programmed that in here. I'll make some adjustments so it doesn't become super obvious. All these are going to be a little bit shorter because the angle's changed, so can distort them a bit. Maybe a little taller than that. It's not super drastic, but it should be somewhat noticeable. Smirk is more accurate. A smirk. Okay, let me see. A smirk. So, the thing with the smirk is that it's like the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite pose or expression. Ah. So I'm trying to figure out how a mildly impressant smirk would look like. Like that, maybe? But it really only just looks like it's stretched out more. I don't know how well that's going to work. Okay, I think that just about does it. What do you guys think of mildly impressed Zalaam? You guys like it? You think is it growing on you? Does it need more work? What do you think? Can't say I've ever drawn this specific expression too many times. I'm sure I could still work on. Actually, I just want to try something real quick. Matter of fact, just so I can preserve this. I just want to try copying this eye over. Just to see what will happen. Yeah, I think this is better. Just the nose is too short. And what else? Let's move that over a bit. Let's move this over a bit. It's close enough. I don't think my eye is gonna see it any differently for a while, so we'll just leave it here for now. All right, now we're gonna move on to Megan's drawing, which is shocked. So let's see how extreme we can take this. Looking up references. This is totally AI, but it does some things right that I kind of like. Yeah, I might just use this AI image as a side reference. Because AI totally knows human behavior. Actually, let's enlarge this a bit. It's nice. I feel like it needs some fine tuning since the realistic ref gave much more expression lines than the style the comic seems to show. Are you talking about the mildly impressed one or the shocked one? Which one are you talking about, Lily Sapphire? This one's going to be interesting because so far his eyes have been just this, but showing a shocked eye, I might have to do some practice on the side. Nah, that's not going to work. Mildly impressed, my video guys. Like, okay, so much more expression lines than the style the comic seems to show. I see what you're saying. So yeah, that's I don't disagree with you about the fine tuning part because I think I could fine tune each and every one of these. The reason I did less lines is because more lines really does a lot. It can either make it difficult to read or it can make him look different than I want him to. So for example, if I just did this to Zalaam right here, let me save this and put on a different layer just for the sake of example. Like suddenly he looks a lot older just by doing that. So I have to be very careful about the lines I choose because they can be seen as wrinkles or they can be seen as just simple folds in the skin from the expression. That's also why I didn't include all the wrinkles in the forehead because of that exact thing. Because if I did that, now Zalaam looks 60, just by those two lines. Um, but I don't disagree with you. I think there's some things I could do maybe to the nose and the eyes to give off the expression a little bit better. I have to learn what those are because I'm not 100% sure at the moment. But yeah, but thank you for your feedback. Let's see. I gotta think about what would make Homeboy this shocked. All right. So real quick, as we're getting started with this next drawing, I wanted to make a little announcement for you guys since we have, I think majority of people who started watching on the stream are still here. I've made a decision that is going to make some of you a little sad. I have decided that after my 80th live stream, I'm going to go on hiatus for a little bit. There's a couple reasons for it. One is because the channel has not been growing by just doing live streams. Back in like 2020, and when I was working with Art Prof, I still work with Art Prof, but that was the way our channel grew, was through live streams. And because everyone was stuck in the house, now things are different because the world's gone pretty much back to normal. And so live streams, at least for me, have not been growing as much. And for that reason, I want to take the time I'm doing live streams and focusing on that to putting those towards actual edited videos on the channel. And I also want to use that time to work on the comic. The comic has been moving a lot slower than I would anticipate. And since the channel hasn't been growing, it's the same, 8-ish people. And I loved all of you guys, but because of that, for the sake of the channel and for the sake of Shadowboxers actually growing into something bigger, I'm gonna take a little bit of time off from the streams. Not immediately. I'll still do next week and the week after. I'll get to the 80th stream. We'll call that our I won't say finale, but we'll say that is the what's a good word for that start of my hiatus, my break. That does not mean I'm not going to be posting in the Discord. Does not mean I'm not going to be making videos or that there's not going to be Shadowboxers updates. I'm just going to take a step back from the live streams until I get more to show, and who knows, maybe season finale. That's a great way to put it. Season finale. How long this break will be, I'm not exactly sure, because I want to see how far I can get with the comic. I want to see what the channel does when I start putting up other videos, and that also does not negate the idea of maybe doing stuff in the Discord. Megan has been talking to me about doing some things, some streams in the Discord, like exclusively. So I might do something there for every once in a while, like maybe every other week or once a month or something. Maybe she'll jump in there, maybe Kathy will jump in there, whatever the case is, and figure it out from there. So I hope you guys understand. Hopefully no one's too disappointed, but I think in the long run that would actually help me and the growth of the channel. And that says no, it makes sense though, and if that means we get Shadowboxers coming soon, then that's a good trade-off. Yeah, it's one of those things that I didn't come to this decision lightly. I've been thinking about it for a couple of months actually, but yeah, when I think about the growth of the channel, I'm like, man, I'll tell you what I really want to do. I want to turn my channel into a Shadowboxers vlog kind of thing. Occasionally I'll put out maybe how-to videos and stuff like that, but I really want to turn the channel into like a whole behind-the-scenes thing, talking about the Shadowboxers process, maybe going in depth on some of the characters and stuff, maybe showing you guys some of the writing process and just giving some more things that I'm learning, because I was thinking, man, maybe I should do like more like tutorials and stuff like that. But every art channel does that, and I don't know what I have a hard time knowing what I could say on YouTube that hasn't already been said by someone else. And I'm not saying that I won't ever make those videos, but one thing I know that I can do that no one else can do is make shadowboxers videos. And so I want to shift towards that personally and just see what happens there, because yeah, I've been really wanting to put this out for a long time, and life has been doing its thing, slowing me down in many different ways, and I just want to try something different. So hopefully you guys are cool with that. I still love you. It just means that taking a little bit break. That's all. And who knows, in 6 months or 3 months, the streams might come back the same way they were. But I really just want to spend some time working on the comics so I can actually, show some real progress. You know. So let's make these eyes a little bit bigger. So again, just to reiterate, I will be streaming next week and the week after. It's stream number 80 that we're going to call the season finale for Shadowboxers. And 80 streams, I think, is a lot. It's more than a lot of channels have done. I've noticed. I've seen most channels, they get up to like 20 lives or something like that. Yeah, for now it's going to be different. And who knows, Megan made a suggestion a couple days ago about starting to try out Twitch. I don't know much about how that works, so if we got all that set up and I go back to the streams and it seems to be going well, then hey, he'll be back. But yeah, it's a lot of it's just for like focus and stuff like that. We all love the streams. We hope we can get back to them or figure out how to make them more effective for channel growth soon. Yeah, that's all it is. Because like I spend 2 hours here, and the same time I could be recording and editing a video and putting stuff out more regularly for you guys, and get the comic done. So yeah. So again, please don't hate me. Please don't hate Kathy and Megan. It was not their decision. All right, so going back to the drawing, I'm gonna try a couple of things. I want to try and add some width to the nostrils here. Give an asymmetrical mouth. Might be a little big though. Okay. Get some sweat beads. And one thing I want to try out is just exaggerating more with some of these expressions. So let's just try doing this. Let's just really push the brow up here, almost close to the hairline. Get some teeth. Mouth is not open as wide, but I can fix that by just moving the chin down. Then I can really get on the height. Good morning. Welcome back. Though from the chat, seems like we're not going to be back for long. Oh man, you joined just too late. So I'll reiterate for Mark's sake. I decided that after the 80th stream, that's going to be our season finale for the Shadowboxer streams. Just for a little while, it's going to be a little hiatus, simply because the channel's not growing through live streams the way I was hoping, and I want to use that time that I'm doing live streams here to make more actual edited videos and to actually work on the comic more. Because as of right now, this is like one of the only times I can work on the comic, and sometimes it's hard to focus on that and like run a live stream at the same time, and my focus is split up. And so I thought it would be better for me to do fewer streams, or just pause the streams for now, to be able to get further with that. And then if I have like a serious update or something I want to give you guys, I can always do a live stream for that. Or if I want to do something like this, like the expressions, that doesn't take like all of my absolute focus, then no problems. I can always change it. But just for now, I need a little bit of a break. Plus my some things in my personal life, some good things, mostly good things, need some attention. So I want to just shift just for a little bit. The channel's not going anywhere. I'm not quitting YouTube. I still plan to show you guys stuff in the Discord and all that. But yeah, I gotta pivot just a little bit. And I'm sorry for disappointing you all. That was not my intention. I knew, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Okay. This is coming out pretty well. I think I want to use the hair as a character of its own in a way. So let's do something like this. Like he's like, ah! Right. Add some more dramatic lines. So let's get his pupils nice and tiny. Purposely made him cross-eyed, just so that he could look a little bit more scared, a little more erratic. Let's get these brows. Okay. Let's add some of that stubble. What do you think? It's feeling kind of shocked to me, I would say. I might need to move him over slightly just so that gives some room for his hair. Let's move these over somewhere. This doesn't feel quite right. I might need to turn his hair into some sort of shape I can just use as a brush or something. I wonder if that'll make my life a little easier. Because I want it to look random, but also like organized and designed. I don't know. Or maybe I just need to come up with some rules for him. Maybe that'll be better. Because if you guys know, there's certain, if you look at certain character design sheets, they'll give you a set of rules to follow. Let me see. In that case, looking forward to the next chapter. Hopefully your numbers go to the APA levels and you say, yep, yep. All right. I knew Mark was going to come in with a hydration check. Looks like you might have time for another one. He looks like he's saying my cabbages. Let's see. I wish it were that easy. You gonna quit streaming, but you gonna be hydrated. That's hilarious. Can't have you looking like the Sandman. Oh my goodness. Oops, I meant the hydration joke will stay forever. No, that is always gonna be a part of this. And again, I just want to reiterate, I'm not saying I'm quitting streaming forever. That's not what this is. This is simply I need a break so that I can bring you guys more content. I have a lot of ideas of stuff I want to do, but I don't have the time. And so, I work 2 to 3 jobs at any given point during the week. And then streaming is like the only time I really get to work on Shadowboxer sometimes. And when I'm drawing and trying to be on the chat and doing hydration checks and doing all this stuff, it becomes challenging. So at least for this first comic, because it's been like 8 months and I haven't even like penciled in a full page. And that to me is embarrassing for just me personally. So that's why I need to change things up a little bit. So yeah, that's all that is. Jordan, we support you no matter what. Thank you, Catheli. I appreciate you. Yeah, and just also know I really do enjoy streaming with you guys. It is a lot of fun for me. I look forward to it all the time. Even actually before the stream, I was feeling kind of tired. I did today I went on a 12-mile bike ride at the beach with some friends from my church, and I was feeling pretty exhausted. And like just before the stream, I was yawning and just talking to you guys. I'm like, oh man, I'm energized again. This is great. So yeah. So I will be back and I will make plenty of announcements when that time is going to be. I'll make plenty of announcements. You could always do a silent stream. We could talk to each other on chat as you ignore. That's funny. I don't think I would be able to do that very well, to be honest with you. That's funny. My comic pitch was solidified in my senior year. Sweats profusely. Oh man, senior year of what, undergrad or grad school? I guess there's no senior year in grad school. Zalaam progressively got bigger as time went on. Let me scale them. All right, and then I need to shorten these. Undergrad. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that. To be fair, we had lots of schooling to do. All right, so we finished the 3 initial ones that we were talking about. So for those who are just joining, we picked these 3 sketches that myself, Kathy, and Megan did, and this is what we got as a result. We have suspicious, mildly impressed, and shocked. So now we still got plenty of time in the stream. So now we're going to pick 3 other ones. Let's see. Don't know if I'll be able to do one for all 3 of us again, but I really kind of want to do this intense rage one. That one seems fun. Kind of internalized rage. So we got 2 rage ones. So since we have that, maybe we'll do a relaxed one. Yeah. We got intense rage, internalized rage, and relaxed. Let's make them roughly about the same size as the others. That's not too bad. All right, let's lower that opacity. This one's actually pretty close as is, so let's see what I'll need to do. So since this is the intense rage one, I almost want to start with the face and okay, well the whole thing's a face. I want to start with the eyes and the eyebrows. I almost don't even want to sketch the head fully. There's something just so primal, I guess you could say, about his rage here. We'll be utilizing lots of triangles. Gonna be looking like a Marvel hero, because they all frown. Like, you ever look at the Hulk? He's just frowning, like. So that's what we're going for. So in this pose, the mouth is actually, it's almost backwards. I wonder if I should just flip this, because the angle of the corner right there, it just feels a little strange. So let me see what happens with this. Yeah, that's actually better. Just that by itself. Get these wrinkles here. Now, the question that you all have to ask yourself is, what would make Zalaam this mad? What do you have to do to him in order for him to become this enraged? Who pissed him off? Let me see. Do you think that subconsciously Jordan is choosing Zalaam Expressions that might be a response to his taking a break from streaming? Intense rage, shock. You know what? I didn't know you were a psychologist, man. Possible. It's very possible. I have the ability to get enraged. Try not to do it often, but I know I have the ability. All right. So in here, one thing that I want to make sure I remember, the teeth wrap around, right? It's not just a flat surface. So you want to remember that as you draw, you gotta have the teeth kind of coming back. Something else you can do whenever someone has an extreme expression, sometimes if they're laughing or if they're yelling or something, you might see their gums showing a little bit. So I want to kind of take the time to show a little bit of gum. It helps kind of show the extreme nature of his yell. Got the teeth wrapping around here as well. I'm not really going to worry about showing the gums on this side of things. Usually it's only the top side that you'll really notice anyway. Okay, maybe he doesn't need to be sticking his tongue out. Oh wait, I missed it. He stepped on some Legos. You know what? That's a good point. Or whatever the Nahara version of Legos is. My cabbages. Oh, that's another one. Another check. You guys probably already drank to it, but I didn't see it till now. So. For those who don't know, that was 7 years ago. Not proud of that, but my comic is better for it. You know what? It's like you told me, Megan. We all have our own process, right? All of that work, as well as my rejections from publishers, is also part of what helped shape the direction of the Cypher series. I didn't realize that. That's news to me, actually. Where can we find your comic, Megan? Oh, Megan, you gotta let us know. Where can we find it? I think his canines could be more prominent. Oh yeah, the canines. Thank you. When you said canines, I imagined two tiny chihuahuas hanging from his teeth. Oh wow, that's one way to do it. That would be a very strange comic moment. All right, so in that case, I don't want to count my teeth by looking at the webcam, so I'm just gonna find out which one are they. They're 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good call, Kathy. I always forget to do the canines. I don't want him to look like a werewolf, but he doesn't need fangs. But I also don't want him to look like he's got veneers on either. So, all right. So let's get that yell. Might be actually a little much with the gum, so let me try this. There we go. Could be leaning back a little bit more. Let's get a little shadow right here. I'll post a prologue in the Discord. It's going to get a little touch up when episode 1 is released. Excellent. Nice. Zalaam Vampire. Zalampire. Now Shadowboxers makes sense. It was a horror comic all along. You got me, man. You got me, Mark. Well, the work I did learning Blender that went to the prologue, my experience with Clip, the talks I had with comic publishers, that stuff went to my initial proposals of how to approach Shadowboxers. Oh, that's true. It's a good point. It's a really good point. Those things you did say. Maybe I just forgot. I've been rather forgetful lately, admittedly. So it's possible that just happened. One thing I'm seeing right now, this brow actually feels a little strange. It's going on a completely different plane. I'm trying to get better at direct drawing, which is basically drawing without using too much of a sketch. You kind of got to force yourself to do it. It doesn't come naturally to me. As a comic, though, it was Jordan who created the Cypher series. All the pain of drawing pages only to have an editor be like, this comic should be a fourth of your projected length. That was definitely motivation to be a nag to shorten stuff. That makes sense. Yeah, you guys don't even know how much Megan nagged me on that. It was admittedly a little irritating. But it made it better. I gave the script to my mom to read, who is also a writer. And one of the first things she noticed was like, wow, there's like no fluff in this comic. And I was like, dang. And I was like, yeah, that was Megan. That was Megan. That's why I keep you around, homie. Among other reasons, but that is a reason. So the one thing that I'm learning as I'm doing these expressions is his hair can really be used as a way to express his emotion, which is really fun. You know, like like if his hair is more, you know, straight up and down, kind of, he's more calm. But the more erratic he is, the more it goes like all over the place. So yeah, actually I just saw something I did adjust real quick. Yeah, if it's a little bit better. Okay. Getting to that close to final stage. Since we only have a couple more minutes left in the stream, I think I'm gonna do the relaxed sketch that Megan did, just because it's the most different. We've done a lot of him like him being kind of like angry or like kind of suspicious, negative emotions. I'll say maybe is a better way to put it. So doing something relaxed, I think, will be kind of a fun way to close this out. Because I don't think I'll be able to get through all three based on the speed at which I'm drawing right now. Which is not slow. I don't think this is slow, but we're just running out of time. It makes me trying to figure out, like, I was watching Bob Ross videos the other day, and I'm like, man, how did that guy constantly just make his whole painting in like 28 minutes without stopping? Like, it was incredible to see him work. I'm a Bob Ross fan, if y'all didn't know. I have a bobblehead on my whatchamacallit, bookshelf up there. You know, something I actually want to try real quick. I noticed that a lot of manga, anime, comics, what they'll do sometimes when the character's feeling particularly distressed, they'll thicken the lines right here on the eye. So let's just see what happens when I do that. It's like he just cried while wearing mascara. It's great. Yeah, see, that's way more intense now. So let's do this relaxed version of him. You could probably use some popping veins. Oh, okay. Sweet. Popping veins. The only place I can think of is the neck. So let's erase here. Well, I guess you can have some in his forehead, but they usually like on his temple. You know what? I know what we can do. There we go. the classic anime thing, right? Although I should probably move this over a bit. It's a little off center. There we go. He's stressed. My boy's stressed. All right, so relaxed. Let's get a good expression for that. Just a soft smile, basically. Okay. All right. We can do this. I believe. I believe. I believe. All right. So probably something along these lines here. Let's get his nose. Okay, his ears a little bit further back. Some lines are a little sharper. Okay. This feels a little too mature for him for some reason. What is off? What is off? The shape of his lips is a little different. It's not quite on center. His lips do cover up the side of his mouth. Let me try that. Maybe that helps. Dude's having a nice time in the sauna or something, right? He is. He is. He's relaxed after accomplishing his task of spray painting the whole town with his initials on it. That's his whole thing. Oops. Looks like he might even be whistling or something. Let's get that stubble. Gotta have it. It's not looking too bad. And then let's get that that one lock that comes down his face. It's gonna be simple. He's not doing a whole lot, so we'll keep it very plain almost. Zalaam is looking in his lane, focused, flourishing. Yeah, this is what is this? This is him flourishing in a sauna or something, like Megan said. I feel like what could this be? Maybe him after like a good meal. I've been an 18-year-old boy before, or man, I guess. And trust me, when you have a good meal, this is the expression you make. Especially if you're like in college and you get some home cooked food or something. This is the look. It's the look you get. Or he could be talking about some girl he likes. Like, oh, she was so fun. Right? He could be doing that. There's a lot of options. Won't even do super erratic hair for this one. All right. Let's get his collar. And his other collar. Technically, he has two. He might be singing a song here too. That's another option. Hold on one second. All right. So we got 7 minutes. Okay, let's see. We might be able to finish the next one. Ah, yes, the internalized rage. Okay. Since he's got pretty much a straight face, we might actually be able to finish it. So how do you do internalized rage? What was the? Is it just a straight face? Is that kind of what? Is that all it is? I'm not sure I can how to define it exactly. I'm gonna rotate this drawing because it's a little sideways, throwing me off. Okay, so we're doing it looking down on him, so the nose is going to be at this kind of angle. Maybe raise it up just a little bit. Internalized rage. How do you? I'm trying to figure out how you do that exactly. It's hard to describe. Blank and angry at the same time. Definitely an anime expression. I think his lips could be pressed together into a line. Oh, like this? Like that? Okay, if he's slightly angry, let's just tilt the brows a little bit. Nothing to give away too much. It's more of a subtle expression from what I'm gathering. I think I've seen the expression before. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen it before, but being able to replicate it just from my head is definitely a bit of a challenge. Okay. Got a minute left. Let's see what we can do. Don't know if I'm capturing that internalized rage just yet. Okay, I think this is about as good as we're going to get for now. I'll probably work on this a little bit more during the week at some point. But let's look at our progress. Let's see what we did today. We started off with this fine group on the top and ended up on the bottom. So we got suspicious right here. Then we have mildly impressed. Then we have shocked. And then intense rage, internalized rage, and then what do we call it? Relaxed. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for watching the stream. I will be back next week. So I know I made the announcement about the streams closing up soon, but I will be here next week. It's going to be the 80th. That's going to be the final one. So this week and next week, or this coming week and the week after. All right. So anyway, guys, thank you for participating in the stream. And yeah, have a good weekend or rest of your night. Anyway, bye.